All right, good afternoon, everybody. This is Maxon at Laughing Place. We are at Cool Kids Summer over at Disney's Animal Kingdom today with Jeremiah. Jeremiah, why don't you tell us a little bit about what we're going to do today?
We're gonna walk around Disney's Animal Kingdom mostly. The Cool Kids Summer kicked off just a few days ago, and it is the summer-wide promotion. This is actually my third walk and talk, capturing different aspects of it from the park today. As Maxon said, we're at Disney's Animal Kingdom. You're gonna see this is probably the lesser of all the offerings, but again, we make sure everything is covered here. So as Max said, we're starting out here at Affection section or Rafiki's Planet Watch or Conservation Station, whichever you want to call it. This is also the home of the animation experience, so you can watch this person drawing Minnie Mouse. Oh, that's right, you can't hear what they're saying. So yeah, if you've not come out here, this is where they have the animation experience. Guests can sit down and learn to draw from a Disney artist, not Disney animator, Disney artist. And today they are learning to draw Minnie and they learn different other characters. So it's always a great thing to do if you want to come out this way, besides looking at, the veterinarian section. You can learn all about
With the animation stuff, do they have like a schedule for like what kind of characters you can draw like they do over at California Adventure?
They do. It's not as large as the one at California. The California Adventure has the daily schedule because you have to take the train out here to this one. Uh, it's not a, oh, this is the highlight where people wait hours in DCA, which is just strange to me um, for that. But yeah, they have a small schedule, so you can definitely come in and ask. Um, there's the blue-tongued skink.
He's so cool.
And he's just hanging out, chilling, maxing,
Yeah.
relaxing.
That is
Um,
Cool Kid Summer in a nutshell, I feel
yeah,
like.
the Chinese crocodile lizard. So again, if you've not come out here, please do. And Animal Kingdom has so much to offer besides Dinosaur, the um, Safari, Everest. So you can come out and learn about these animals that inspired Walt and the Animal Kingdom. You can't see what the tortoise is in here somewhere, but he's playing hide and seek.
Yeah, no, it's so cool over there. I've only been a handful of times, and the first time I went, I was like a full-blown adult, and I had been to Disney World so many times as a kid, and it's amazing over there.
Mhm. I mean, they have the Blue Death beetle, which you can kind of see right in front. I'd love to know why it's called the Blue Death beetle. That's amazing. And then they have trainers. Like they have so much to see out here. The funny thing was this area over here, the nutrition center, they talk about how they feed the animals. A long time ago, they had the food pellets for the animals, and this is something that they would never do now. But I asked, "Hey, could I try one of these?" And they're like, "Sure," thinking that I wouldn't do it. Yep, I did it. And you know what it tastes like? Lots of grass. And it's one of those things like, yep, I was young and stupid. I needed the money.
No, I love that. I love that. I do the same thing.
Yeah. So we're actually out at the affection section. We're not going to walk in there because we have to put all of our stuff away. But the goats are out. I don't see the cow or the llama. There is a donkey out in the distance, which you can't really see because there's people in the way and a fence. But let's talk about the Cool Kids Summer offering here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. So this is the location where you can come and learn all about pollinators. You can color your own headband or wristband. You learn about the bees, butterflies, and pollinators of Florida. And then, of course, you can get the Cool Kids Summer Adventure Guide, which I happen to just have right here.
Yeah.
as I'm trying to walk and turn at the same time. It never works. Um, these are available in each of the parks. This one has a little, it talks about the app, it talks about different characters are out. Um, this one offering for food, which I think is really the only offering in any of the parks for food, looks really good.
Yeah,
But
no, that
I'm a
sounds really
little,
good.
what is the surprise inside? I wonder.
I know. I'm like my brain is. What is that old candy Wonder Eggs where like you'd open it up and they have
Yes.
like yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
But yeah, the limited time summer fun Wilderness Explorer Nature Badge, which uh, I haven't been doing the Wilderness Explorer. I don't know what you have to do for that badge, but I did just find out where it is. So we'll see if we can walk by and get a photo of that. The Pollinator Craft at Rafiki's Planet Watch, which is what we just saw, and a celebration sing along at Discovery Island, which is starting in about 30 or so minutes, and we're going to head that way on the train. But yeah, I always
Perfect.
love Conservation Station. It's such a fun spot. And usually it's very quiet unless it's raining or Earth Day, because it always seems that they'll have the characters out here on Earth Day, usually Jimmy Cricket, and there'll be an hour wait for characters out here.
How long does the train wait get on days like that then?
Um, I I have done this. Also, if we start breaking up right now, for those of you watching, also please leave comments, questions, anything you want to see, like this cool squirrel just strolling around
Hey, buddy.
in the comments, and we will get over to those. But I've seen the line for the train almost all the way back to here.
Wow.
Yeah, and the train, there are two trains. They run every, I think it's like 7 to 10 minutes. So with the line all the way back here, I've walked out, seen the line, and turned around, and went back inside, and just sat there for a while.
Yeah. No, you got to enjoy the AC at that point.
Yeah. But this, I do really love this, and I always have the fear that this is going to be the next thing on the chopping block, because the transportation out here isn't the best, because you have to take a train, and when people get out here, I was on the train and people thought the train was like a real ride, not just transportation, and it pulled up and looked at me and they went, "That was it? That's the ride?" The cast member had to explain everything that they saw when they were walking in, where it says, "This is transportation out." Uh, but there is a large footprint out here that could make for a great expanded space. Although I think with the affection section and the conservation messages, this is always a safer spot. And we we don't think there's going to be any major expansion coming anytime soon after uh, Central Americas.
Yeah. No, it'll be really interesting to see what happens next at Animal Kingdom, just because that is such a large and quick expansion. Because isn't that whole area supposed to open in 2027?
Uh, I think it's 20 because
Oops. Looks like
we
Jeremiah
know
is.
that.
Jeremiah, you back?
I Can you see me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Okay. Uh, Again, these spots are always, yeah, we don't, Dinosaur closes at the end of this year, beginning of next year, and then Restaurantosaurus, they've really just started clearing the land. Oh, I think this train just left too. So we're going to be sitting here for a couple minutes talking. Uh, the Dinosaur closes it beginning of next year, and then the Encanto attraction, which I believe is just breaking ground. They've torn down all of the stuff that was in there, but it's going to take a little while to actually do anything with that. So who knows
Absolutely.
when the actual date will be.
No, I'm
And now
so
we
excited
stand
for
and
the
we
Central
look at
America
trees.
stuff. I am still wholeheartedly heartbroken about the closure of Dinosaur, because I do love Dinosaur, but I'm really excited to see what they end up doing with the Indiana Jones retheme, and how different it is from California and Tokyo.
Yeah, that's the one thing everybody that has gotten on me. Well, it's the same as California. I'm like, yeah, well, that thinking is Dinosaur is the same as California also because it's the exact same train or track layout. Um, but they won't. It can't be the same because where there's a giant open cavern in California and in Tokyo, there happens to be right now. Um, uh, how my head, which is sad. Uh, so that's where the main cavern is that has the skull and everything. So, there's going to be it's going to be interesting to see how they do it, and I can't wait. I've always said that Indy or that Dinosaur is my favorite attraction here, just because it's the closest to Indy that I could have.
Yeah, we must have like, me being out on the West Coast, I'm like the exact opposite. I'm like, no, I love Dinosaur because it's like Indiana Jones but different. But
Yeah,
sounds like
I came out here the first October that it was open. So I wrote it when it was still Countdown to Extinction, when it was still darker, still rougher, still had some audio drops they cut out, like the pterodactyl pooping on you and that kind of stuff. So to me, it's they've I don't want to say dumbed it down, but they brought it down to make it more not family friendly, but less scary over the years. So it's always one of those things of, yes, it's a cool attraction. It has some amazing things, but I'm ready for something new, especially since that land really fell into disrepair. First we lost Tricer, or not Tricer.
Ooh, looks like we're losing Jeremiah a little bit again. Here, let me just pop up and oh,
Am I back?
you are back, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I will try to stand out here until the train gets here. But yeah, it's every expansion. And I don't know about you, but I've never been one of the here they take away something for some. Uh, you know, lived under that umbrella all our lives. We've never had our tools or Big Thunder Mountain, any of the attractions that have been iconic to us for most of our lifetimes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's always fun too, like especially with attractions like Frozen Ever After, Mission Breakout, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, where it's it is so cool to see what they do with the same ride system. How do they fit a new story into an existing attraction? So I'm very excited. I also think Tropical Americas is just going to be gorgeous, especially compared to Dinoland USA, and I cannot wait for Animal Kingdom to have that area of the park fit the lush, beautiful landscape the rest of the park has.
Think of how cool it'll be to walk in trees as opposed to the Dino Institute surrounded by some of the coolest plants because they had the species that have been around forever, which I know Central America still has some of those same species of plants, so hopefully we don't lose all of that. But yeah, it's just going to be one of those things of the next generation is going to have no clue that Dinosaur was there, or a parking lot full of bad carnival games.
They will the Chipmunkosauruses though. That is a very sad loss. I'm sad that
So I
future
kicked
generations.
myself that I never bought the plushes of those when they first came out because I was there on the first day and got to meet them. And the first time I saw them, I definitely let out a coo of, oh my God, they're the cutest things in the world. Trying to find the plush for those is like $100 on a resale site. But things I don't need.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, I
train sounds to be coming up soon. Go on.
Perfect. I was gonna say I did get them. If it makes you feel better, they were not as cuddly as I wanted them to be, and they did not make a move that I had made to a new apartment. Um, but I wish they made like the
Oh,
Bigfoot plushies of those because I think they would be so cute.
yes, that'd be, yeah. I, this weekend, or I guess earlier this week, was the kickoff the Cool Kid Summer along with Little Mermaid and Villains Unfairly Ever After show at the studios. And at the event, one of the things that they were offering, they had ears, they had Maleficent ears or one of the other villain ears, or you could get a plush Max from Little Mermaid. And I, I'm a full grown man just walking around with a plush Max, and I'm so proud of myself.
No, absolutely. Max is so cute. Like the puppet they have of him when I was watching the show, I was like, he's so cute. I just want to hold him. We need
Yeah,
more
the
fluffy
show is
monster
very
movies.
well done. Yeah, they definitely need to. That's one of the things I get to talk to some of the people in, and as we saw, if you go back and look, we got some merchandise for Villains Unfairly Ever After the day after we saw it on the actual opening. But I went back over there, got that, and they had a shirt, um, a tumbler, magnets, and an ornament, which were all really cute. But there's absolutely nothing for Little Mermaid because Little Mermaid is a movie before it is a attraction. So if anything's going to come out for it, it has to come out through Walt Disney Productions and go through that. Where I would kill for some new Little Mermaid merchandise based off of the show, not just, the last Little Mermaid merch we had was off the live action film.
No, I completely agree because the marquee for a musical adventure is gorgeous, and I'd love to see a shirt or anything with
Mhm.
the design style they chose for that.
So yesterday, and we'll have a video of this in a couple of days. They did a screening of Little Mermaid, and Jodie Benson was there, and they did a quick talk with Jodie. But then Jodie turned around and became the MC to talk with the creators of Little Mermaid: A Musical Adventure show. And
Oh, cool.
Marquis actually has a great story, including the green on the green coloring, some of the things that are hidden there. The creators, her parents, it is based off of her mother's wedding dress. The green chiffon color is based off of her mother's wedding dress. So that's one of those like things that will be, oh, that's a addition.
No,
Okay, so
that's a
we are on the train now. I haven't done this since I think right around when we started doing walk and talks, just after COVID started. So we'll see how well this goes.
that's amazing though that they kind of hid that Easter egg in the sign like that.
Mhm. Yeah, the I mean, I don't want to ruin too much because we'll definitely have this video up, but all of the creative people behind it had some tie to either the original show. Well, I guess they all had ties to the original show or their love of the Little Mermaid, um, including the head of it was a puppeteer for the original show. So there's lots of connections, and why the show. I keep saying the show pays tribute more to the previous show than it does to the Little Mermaid movie.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree with that. I am like honestly, I've seen so much discourse online too about the new show. And I'm surprised because I think it has pretty much everything
Yeah,
that Voyage of the Little Mermaid had, plus more. And like they have the kiss the girl scene, all the puppets are still there. And I understand maybe like
mhm.
some people don't like the animation style, but overall the show is just I think a huge improvement over what was there.
Yeah, I mean, really, the only things that are missing are the water curtain, which I will admit the water curtain, that effect was probably one of the neatest things in the show. And then the
Yeah.
bad 90s lasers. uh, but the animation style, it- so the first time I saw it, I was that if you go onto our YouTube, that's the video of the first time I saw it, and I'm towards the back. And I hadn't read, I did a very good job of names for but when Earl appears on the screen, they took a 3D scan of the Ursula puppet. So I couldn't tell if it was the actual puppet or if it was the animation. And it wasn't until I was sitting in the second row where I looked and was like, oh, okay, so that is the puppet and that is the animation. But they so seamlessly work together.
Absolutely. I felt the same way when I was watching the video of it. I was like, is this the pup? Did they get rid of the puppet? Is And I had to like scroll through several segments just to like see how they transitioned that. It was so cool.
Mhm.
But the water curtain
When you're
is
up
it is
close, yeah, but it was also one of those effects that, imagine how many times they changed the carpet in that area. It was the mold that could come from having constant running water. So,
yeah, no, that is fair because that's always been a complaint with that theater, right? Is that it kind of smells like mildew.
yeah,
Yeah, especially in
yeah.
Florida.
Well,
That's
I'm
such a hard thing.
very, yeah. I mean, Florida, right now we have some cloud covers, so it's not too horrible, but it was a heat index of 100 earlier when I was coming out of here. And then no breeze. It was 50% humidity. You visited here in the summer, you know how bad it can get. And it's nice to go into theaters again with a good AC going.
No, absolutely, especially with it being called Cool Kid Summer, having a lot of the activities at Animal Kingdom near somewhere with great AC is important.
That, that's one of the things. I was talking with one of my friends who is actually one of the DJs, and one of the friends from last same place. She's out on the Tomorrowland stage in Magic Kingdom. And the first day, they had no covering on the stage. And they don't have any covering on the stage at all. But first sets were from 11 to 3 on the stage. And the second day, because her equipment started overheating, they actually went through and put a tent over her and they kind of rotated it. So they had some break time. But yeah, if you've been in Tomorrowland in summer, you know that the concrete makes it feel like you're on the surface of the sun.
No, absolutely. And it's hard to dance around and get people hyped up to dance around when it's that hot and your equipment's overheating. So it's good that they got her covered.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I applaud the kids that will hear, you know, like Baby Shark song, which I probably heard more in the 2 days I was covering Pink in summer than I had in my entire life. Uh, but they get excited and dance around, and I was like, I'm standing here sweating. And you guys are exerting all that energy, but then the highlight of exerting all that energy is come 6 o'clock, if they even make it that long, to the inevitable breakdown.
Yeah. I do
I'm
kind of love
impressed. We
that
made it almost all
Baby
the
Shark
way.
is the Cool Kid Summer song of the summer.
Yeah, like I said, I don't have kids. I've never had to deal with little ones, but hearing that the first day in the Hollywood studios at the Get Animated stuff in the animation courtyard, I heard it 3 times. And then the next day at Magic Kingdom, I heard it 2 times. And then we just so happened to have the exact same DJ from Magic Kingdom later that night in an event. And he played the exact same set, including Baby Shark.
Of
It's like,
course.
I'm done. I'm out.
You're gonna start dreaming about it. It's just gonna start like playing in your head.
Thankfully, like I said, I know my friends with kids were tortured with that, and I still sent it to one of my friends. Tracy, that's you. If I hear it and record it, I'll send it to them. Just be like, haha, there you go. But yeah, it's one of those things that thankfully, yes, I heard it multiple times, but I don't. It's not in my head to the point where I wake up in the middle of the night screaming and doing the hand motion.
Yeah.
Okay, so we made it back from affection section on the train with very little loss. I was very surprised at that. So we are walking into Harambe. We're not going to go on the safari, but we'll definitely do a walk around the park. Starting here in Harambe. And for everybody that's concerned that summer is so busy, summer is no longer the busy season here in the park. If you watch the live streams for the past couple of days, you notice that the parks aren't overly busy and they actually seem less busy than they were a week ago. And I think it's because everybody, and I've talked to people, still have that notion in their head that summer is the busiest time of the year. That is actually now Halloween and Christmas time here at Walt Disney World and at Disneyland. Well, more here. Disneyland has a lot of the annual pass holders. But here, I mean, let's see. What is the wait time for Kilimanjaro Safari? It is It is a 15-minute wait for Kilimanjaro Safari at, what
Wow.
is it, 2 something or other in the afternoon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
227.
Yep. If we would have done this last week on the same day, 45 minutes at least.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's those things. I don't know if you can get the banner up for this, Maxon, but for all those of you that are watching this, like, hey, I really want to go to Walt Disney World, we always recommend Mouse Fan Travel, MEI Travel. They are our travel partners. They take care of everything you could possibly need and don't charge you a single cent. You call them for a quote, they set everything up for you.
Trying to find this banner so we can
Yeah, I
get people the information. There we go.
There we go. Yeah. MouseFanTravel.com/place. Call them up, send them an email. You can go to any of our pages and you can send for a quote, and they take care of everything, like I said.
And they do Disney parks around the world, right? Too. So like if you're
They definitely do Paris and Hong Kong. Tokyo is a different beast, so they can help you out with that, but it's not one of their main things. They do Disney parks, Disney Cruise Line, Universal Parks. If you need to book a vacation, they can help you out.
yeah, Tokyo booking hotel at Tokyo is very complicated. So even having the extra help is a great option too. They'll definitely help you out with that.
Let's just sit here and look at this amazing view. Like, we are in Central Florida, and this is what it looks like right now.
Everest is so beautiful.
Yeah, it is one of my favorites. And here, when Dinosaur closes, Everest will be the one that I actually go to every time I'm in the forest. Right now, I always go to Dinosaur because once it's gone, it's gone. That's not going to be rebuilt in some other park at any date in the future.
Yeah. No, I do hope there's at least one dinosaur in Indiana Jones, though. Just one.
That's what I was always hoping, that it would be like Indiana Jones, time traveling or a lost dinosaur.
Yeah.
That's the storyline that I would have loved. That way they didn't have to change a lot. But
Yes.
they're putting the money in there. They're going to change up everything that they can.
I am going to miss
there will
the
be
ketchup, mustard, and mayo pipes, though.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, if that doesn't stick around, that's going to be the riot. Like, makes no sense to anybody else. And for those of you who don't know, when Countdown to Extinction, the original name of it, opened, Dino Land, as well as Countdown Extinction, the ride was sponsored by McDonald's. So when you're heading down the stairs to the load platform, you look to your left, and there are three pipes that are red, yellow, and white, and they have the um, chemical formula for ketchup, mayo, and mustard. And I think of all the hidden things, that one is one of my favorites because it is the most weird thing you could possibly do.
No, it sounds fake. Like when I learned about it, I was like, "There's no way. There's no
Yeah,
way," and it is real. It also
yeah, and
just
I
feels like such a great example of '90s Disney.
this
Um,
synergy at its best.
did they
So
have
we're
French fries outside of the attraction as well, like they did in uh, DCA and also at Magic Kingdom?
no, actually, Restaurantosaurus was a McDonald's.
Wow.
It was like the in DCA. I can never remember the name of what it was. Where it was a giant hamburger. That was an actual McDonald's, much like this was. Where in Disneyland they had the French fry cart over by Big Thunder, but this was you could get nuggets. I still have Happy Meal toys that were specifically for Countdown to Extinction. One was a dinosaur that squirted. You fill it with water, and it's just a little squirt gun. And then when Animal Kingdom was opening, McDonald's had Happy Meals for Disney's Animal Kingdom, and I have one that is a dragon that is one of my prized possessions. Because one, the dragon never made it, and two, it was a Happy Meal toy. So just
uh,
to again show how empty the park is. This is not a shot you're gonna get most of the time.
no, I
What
can't
time
look
is
at
it right now,
the Tree of
Maxon?
Life without thinking about that guy who climbed on it the other week.
I uh, we just need to put poisonous spikes on everything.
Yeah,
What time is it right now? 35 yet?
we are at 32, so you got about 3
Okay,
minutes.
perfect. So, yeah, we will head over there. What I'm going to do, because I have my AirPods, and that's why you can't really hear any of the background noise, I am going to take off my AirPods as the microphone. So everybody will be able to hear the actual band, but you won't be able to talk to me, Maxon. So I'll just give it a few minutes so we can get a gist of what's going on, and then I'll turn it back on, and you'll be able to talk to me at that point. But I don't know if you can see straight ahead, but there's a Kevin bird.
Kevin, that is the best up character.
I love Kevin. He is always the best. There is there's one point where I was sitting here waiting. I think I was waiting to go live, and these teenage kids were being teenage kids and just yelling things. And they said something about they said key, and I said, "Look, if you guys are going to be obnoxious, at least be corrected obnoxious. It's a she." And they just all shut up. And
Yeah,
so they've
she is
got
a mother.
yes. Just don't give her chocolate anymore. It's not healthy for her.
No.
Oh, I can smell flame-free barbecue. Oh, that's not good.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
don't tell me that because we already talked about McDonald's and now we're talking about barbecue.
yeah. Flame tree is one of those ones that I love when it's cooler. I don't mind. I love the food all the time, but I love to go sit down in the water, at the water, not in the water, and just look. But no matter how hot it is, the fans still don't help out that much. We got photo pass people, we've got some managers. They taped off the area, so we're getting ready for the celebration sing along.
I hope they have lab coats. Because you were telling me earlier, right? The Dino Institute sing along has kind of been like a fluctuating offering, right?
Yes. Oh, here it comes. Hang on. Let me make it so you can hear what's going on. Sorry, no loud code.
Perfect. For those who are just chiming in, Jeremiah's taking out his AirPods so we can hear the music.
Okay, Max, and you are on speaker, so if you're talking, people outside will hear you more than I will. But we'll capture this for a few minutes.
Perfect.
You and I are better than forever. And learning how. Oh, I won't let you go. I won't let you go. I can't. No matter where you are, no matter where you are, I'll be there. No matter where you are, no matter where you are, I'll be there. Oh, no matter where you are, no matter where you are, I'll be there. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I love it. I love it. Join us in the circle or this white square here to come on and dance. This is the most beautiful place to be, Animal Kingdom. My name is Matt. I'm a Dinosaur Institute intern at the Dinosaur Institution. Has anybody been out there today? One person. All right. All right. You get a good video of the Dinosaur Institute? I love it. I love it. What's your name, Frank? Jeremiah. Jeremiah is here. I love it. Jeremiah, welcome. We got another family here. What's your name? Cecilia? Cindy. Nice to meet you, Cindy. Don't be afraid. Come on in the circle. We're going to dance. We're going to have a good time today. Oh, it's good. Welcome in. Come on in and closer. It's okay. Come on in. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. So, what are some of the coolest things that you've seen today out here in the Dinosaur Institute or here in Animal Kingdom?
I saw Kevin walk by. He looked beautiful. Yeah.
You didn't see? You saw that? What's your name? Lillian. Come on in, Lillian. Lily? I love it. That's a beautiful name. So we have Lily and what was your name?
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah and Lily. I love it. I love it. Well, welcome. We're so happy to have you guys. You ready to dance today? Come on, let's dance a little bit. I think you guys know this one. Come on, let me see your best dance moves. Lights of the hour and the sun. Come on in. You're the world. It is the hour. Try to chase my dreams of I don't know why I love you now. I know they go. When the night falls, no more Christmas falls. Let me see those moves. Come on, everybody. Oh, I'm with somebody. You can see too. I'm feeling with somebody. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. I feel I'm dancing with somebody who loves me. Everybody. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. Oh, yeah. I wanna dance. Oh, I wanna dance. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. Come on, everybody. With somebody who loves me. Yeah. I heard you back there, sir. You must be a little fast. Get up from there. We're gonna party. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful day. Let me hear it for one more time. Somebody who loves me. Did you hear that? That was beautiful. What's your name? All the way back there, sir. What's your name? Matt? Your name is Pat? Happy? That's a wonderful name, Happy. Where are you from? Where are you from, Happy? Ohio. Ohio. Welcome, Ohio. Awesome. Jeremiah, I didn't even ask where you're from.
I'm local.
Local?
Yep.
Orlando?
Yep.
Orlando. Jeremiah from Orlando. Lily, where are you from? Mississippi. Okay, we got Mississippi here, Ohio, Orlando. Oh, where did Cindy go? Oh, she's out there. Well, I love it. You know what? These adventures and the things that we do here, it all brings us together from different places. And that's kind of what we're talking about today, is going on a walkabout. Leaving the place that you know, the place that we love, going and exploring somewhere new. Maybe
getting a new idea, a new look on life, maybe making some new friends. That's what we're all doing here today. You guys all having a good time so far? Jeremiah, Lily, and Pappy, all the way from Ohio. I love it. I love it. So what's the best thing you've seen today, Lily? Everest? Oh, I love that. I love that. Has anyone ridden the ride Everest? You have? Come on, we got some fans out here. You did? Multiple times. Oh my God. I love that. You can see. Bella, I think Bella, where are you from? Oh, the sisters are here. Mississippi, I love it. Well, you guys are very brave for riding Everest. They said their favorite thing they did today was ride Everest. That's awesome. How about yourself, Jeremiah? What's your favorite thing you've done so far?
I rode Dinosaur. Loved it.
Riding Dinosaur, I love it, man. That's my home. That's my place. That's beautiful. How about you, Pappy? Oh, Vanskis. Watching my grandkids ride Vanskis. Look at that. Look at the different perspective there. Watching his grandkids ride all the different things and have a good time. That's perspective right there. I love that. That's beautiful. I'm crying right now. I got some tears right here, Pappy. Wow. Oh, what's your name here? Antonella. Antonella, what's the best thing you've seen so far today? Yeah. Moana? You saw Moana? I love this. Antonella saw Moana today and made a new friend with Moana. That's amazing. And that's it. The park is so alive with so many different things, so many different experiences and new adventures to have, new friends to make. It's a beautiful thing. You know, I've been doing this Dinosaur Institute thing for a long time now, digging holes, polishing fossils. But I have hobbies like you guys. I love music. That's the thing that I love. I just do it as a hobby. I'm not professional or anything. But you guys are inspiring me. I feel like we should write a little song today. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So we had Lily and Bella, and Jeremiah, Pappy, and Antonella. Antonella? Is that right? I got it. Okay. Let's see. Maybe it goes something like this. You guys feeling that vibe? Feeling it. Oh, keep dancing. Keep dancing. Are you feeling it, Jeremiah? Okay. How about you, Lily? What do you think? Yeah? You like it? All right. Happy's grooving back there. Oh, look at him. He's going. He's a dancer and a singer. All right. Let me see. Here we got just chilling at this kingdom. You know I'm with my family, you got the feeling now. You know we got Jeremiah holding it down. He got a glide camera, almost turn it upside down. You will not be filming me and tasting. I'll come on everybody, just party for free. We got a Jeremiah riding Dinosaur one last time, baby. You know it's the roller, come on. He's the logo away from Orlando. Holding it down on a walk about Orlando. Come on, Jeremiah represent all hometown states. Come on, everywhere we went. Got to move on down, we got Antonella. Doing a little dance, pumping with everybody tell ya. You know she's the best thing that you've ever seen. Do a twirl, come on, it's such a breeze. You make everything look so good because Antonella. You're gonna meet a brand new friend. You got Moana.
Okay, I'm back. Can you hear me, Maxon?
I sure can.
There we
You
go.
got a song about you, Jeremiah.
I do. Somebody sent Kyle a message. We need that cut out as a theme song for me.
Yeah, Kyle also said that he was his Sandro at Galactic Star Cruiser.
He was, yes. That is one of the things that the Institute interns were, as I said earlier, they were over at the Star Cruiser and they were some of the highlights. So they brought them over here and started doing this. I was in the sun and then I just was probably about 2 seconds away from the camera shutting down due to heat. So that's why I started moving around. So
Totally understandable. Because it's 100 degrees outside, you said, right? And now you don't have cloud cover.
Yep. No, it is clear. And my fan that will last 20 hours when it has a full charge as opposed to 3 when I didn't charge it at all and just got it. So, and that was a nice time filler also. Very fun. Like that was, as I said, the bar that is part of Restaurantosaurus in the afternoon, the intern would come out and kind of just hang out in the bar and sing songs like that to the different people in the bar, where now it's, it's a focus, and you could see that there was a lot of managers out watching this going, is this something that's going to be good? And I enjoyed it. Like, it's definitely a fun experience.
Yeah, no, I loved watching everybody dance too. That one girl who did a cartwheel, good for her.
Yes.
I think it's your turn to do a cartwheel.
No. I don't even have the ability, never have had the ability to do a cartwheel. And that is not something I'm going to try to take up at this point in my life.
That's so fair. Yeah, and maybe
So-
trying it for the first time on concrete wouldn't be great.
Yeah, when she did that, I'm like, I can imagine how her hands feel right now.
Yeah.
This is the Dino Bite snacks. This is where the dino egg excavation is.
Oh, does it say what the surprise is on there now?
Nope, just surprise inside.
All right.
It's one of those things that I almost want to try, but I just saw somebody eating it. It did look like it's a white chocolate egg, so it's pretty solid. So it may be something fun in there. Yeah, we have Goofy out.
Hi, Goofy.
So yeah, the Restaurantosaurus Lounge, that's where the intern used to be. I'm sure now he enjoyed this much more because he was inside this little bar area, maybe 10 people in there at a time. He could sit there and just strum his guitar and have fun, where he's out in the sun and he was sweating. Like, I don't know if you could see that, but in the short amount of time between singing, trying to think up things, which I loved watching his mind going as he was doing that,
Yeah.
and moving around. That is one of those ones where he's going to be up on the stage at some point and just pointing, like have a finger, like, you, what do you need? What's your idea?
Yeah. It was smart to
So
choose people from Galactic Star Cruiser too. Like, he remembered names so
Yeah.
well, and I'm sure that was something cast members on Galactic Star Cruiser really had to nail down, was just remembering every guest and faces.
Yeah. No, it was great, and I loved that. That's something that there's another one at, I believe, at 3:35. So I'm going to try to get some of the footage of that for our channel. But the other thing is, here's Dinosaur closing in approximately 6 months ish. We don't have an official date other than beginning of the new year. So if you ever wanted to experience one of the very unique attractions, most unique for Doobie, this is the one to come and get. And this, I think it was, I want to say they talked about it in one of the Imagineering, or it may just be one of the things that's in my head. This was a late addition. Originally, there was going to be the excavator poster here. And then because of the large space that would have taken up, they decided to change that plan. And it just so happened at the same time, there was this attraction being built at Disneyland. And they just said, hey, let's just lift the entire thing and put dinosaurs instead of some old relic on there. And that's how Countdown to Extinction came to be.
Originally, the idea was like a more family-friendly safari ride too, with dinosaurs.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they had the family-friendly side over here, and then the excavator big coaster was essentially where the Dinorama area was, and it was going to push it out further, but both of those plans never came to be. And I'm glad, because I could have pictured that the family-friendly Jeep ride, in my head, it's just the zoo Jeep ride from Legoland, where it's just you go around a little track and the dinosaurs would like roared up, and that was it.
Yeah. No, especially with Jurassic Park down the street at the time. Well, still, I forget that you guys don't have Jurassic World to ride yet,
Yeah.
or ever. Who knows? But I hope you guys get the Indominus Rex, because She's
Oh,
beautiful.
yes. When she works.
Yes, yeah. No, she has been pretty good recently. I haven't seen her not working. She does have a huge tear in her neck right now, but um,
Yeah, that's one Jurassic World. I worked on the original Jurassic Park the following its opening in summer. I was a manager down there. So I know how T-Rex was always a problematic, and then we decided to lock it out of the waterfall and turn off the waterfall because that's what shut it down for a little while. And a little while, I mean multiple years. So no, the new version is pretty amazing. But here we have the concept art for tropical Americas, which if I didn't know that that's Restaurantosaurus, that's the old shock, and that's Indy, you look at this and like, this doesn't look anything like what we are currently standing in.
yeah,
And I mean, I guess we would almost be right where that fountain is in the center. Yeah, so they're gonna, where the old crocodile was, that's that is going to be removed. It looks like these will probably be like a little food booth over here. The carousel, which the stuff we saw at D23, the Ultimate Fan event, had some beautiful animals on it. I can't wait for that. I do enjoy how the Restaurantosaurus, or whatever it's going to be, kind of fits both lands. Like the front of it fits with Encanto, but then the sides fit more with the Indiana Jones theme, which is, to me, if you've been to Tokyo, that looks like the pyramid for the coasters there
oh,
more than
absolutely.
the Indy does. And then the walk through, and there will be the stores, the Encanto attraction, which we still don't have any idea. I mean, we all have ideas, but we don't have any definite of what type of attraction it's going to be. And then just these beautiful walkways that I can't wait for. Although I'm sure that that'll all be cute.
Yes, but honestly, like especially with the new Haunted Mansion queue and then even the Phantom Manor queue, having like the garden queue concept like that, walking up to the house is going to be so beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Although they're going to need a lot of trees and a lot of covering because in the middle of summer, yeah, I could see this right here. That's the main entrance right there. And then you'll come out, and then there'll be all of this, and there'll be switchbacks. Unless they find some way to build a lot of queue in that building. So,
Yeah, and
but we'll
hopefully they
find
do.
out at some point.
Yeah, no, we don't need another Slinky Dog Dash situation.
No. Let's head back towards Everest. Yeah, the cloud cover is definitely helping. I will say this could be one of our longest Animal Kingdom walk and talks. Usually these run about 45 minutes to 50 because I seem to always walk faster in this park. But getting the interns singing a song to me, always fun.
Yeah, no, you need to make that your ringtone or something.
Well, I know Doobie had asked about me having a theme song when I was on the morning show one day, and I was like, Kyle, if you're watching, there's my theme song.
Well, yeah, because you also have your intro video too, where you're just saying ahoy.
Yes,
So I feel like you need an update.
I'm all about that. Were you ever here or get a chance to see Guitar Dan when he used to be here? He started in Camp Mini Mickey, and then when that started closing down, he moved out to the conservation station.
I didn't. I actually surprisingly never went to Camp Mini Mickey.
Oh, Camp Mini Mickey was a favorite. Like, even for just a temporary, very long temporary land, uh, it was beautiful. Had some great theming, and of course, that's where the temporary Legend Festival Lion King show started. And now, however many years later it is, We're at 20. How about I look at the back of my backpack? 25. So we're at 20, 28, 28, I think. Yeah, math is hard. Um, and that show is still one of the top shows in all of Walt Disney World. But Guitar Dan was out there, and he was just like the intern. He would play his guitar, ask people questions, sing them songs. The last day of his tenure here at Walt Disney World, he was out at Conservation Station, and I was talking to him, and he actually sang a song about Laughing Place. And that's somewhere on our YouTube, and it's one of my favorite things. Like, he just created a Laughing Place theme song for us.
Wait, I want to hear it. I can't believe I've never heard it before.
Yeah,
Was it
you
as
just
good as the
go on.
Jeremiah?
I think it was actually a little bit better, but
Okay.
yeah, it's just go on YouTube, Laughing Place, Guitar Dan, and Laughing Place theme song. I think I actually even called it the Laughing Place theme song.
I can't wait.
So
Is Laughing
Everest
Place
has,
also holding it down in Orlando?
yes. When he said representing the home state, I'm like, I'm California boy always. But yes, I've been in
That's
Florida 12 years now, so I think it's where I hang my hat most of the time.
well, maybe he was just singing it to me because I was born in Florida and now live in California, so we just switched.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep, we switched it up. Although you're in air conditioning, I am not.
Yeah, that is true.
Everest has actually a 25-minute wait, which again, crazy. You know, everybody's like, oh, school's still in. No, school is not in there are more teenagers, preteens here than I've seen normally. So they are all out. I think it's just all their parents. They're smart and like, yeah, we're not going to Walt Disney World. It's too hot.
Yeah. Yeah, no, if you're out there, make sure you're drinking lots of water. Maybe a blue Powerade. That's always my favorite.
Yes. Yeah, and
There's a blue
remember,
Powerade slushy at Magic Kingdom too, isn't there?
yes. So that used to be the slushies at Big Top were my favorite. I would go and get just the cherry or whatever. But now they are all the Powerade flavors. And as much as I love Powerade and it helps me survive most of the time during summer, no, I don't need it as a flavor for my slushie.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I am obsessed with blue Powerade though. I'll take it in any form.
Yeah, sadly the prices in the park, and yes, this is the woe is me, I'm in the park, but you're paying $6 for a Powerade here now. It's just getting to the point where thank the maker, they still have water fountains and cups of water from some of the quick service places.
Yeah. Yeah, no. And I'm glad that when you ask at least for a large cup of water, they're usually pretty good about not giving you those teeny ones filled with ice.
Yeti Palace is still opening next season, so we'll come back again next season. Check that out.
We'll look forward to it.
I've been looking forward to it for, I don't even remember when that opened. That was 2012? No, it was before then.
Hopefully we'll get a nice Disney Parks blog article before it opens.
Yes, probably while I'm at a media event and 3 seconds before they say anything about it, the Parks blog will post there. That's what happened with for the Starlight during the Night Away parade the other night, when we got to see the first photo of the finale float and the characters in their costumes and even the merchandise. As I'm walking up to the merchandise, our CEO asked me a question about the merchandise, which I had literally just seen is on display across the walkway. I'm like, really glad I saw that, because I would have been very confused on what he was asking. But it's funny, the little behind the curtain, our public relations people that we deal with, they know that we are just there to capture for stuff that people that don't read the parks blog, but they will make the joke of, oh, don't worry, it'll be on the parks blog before before the word is even finished coming out of the person's mouth. Now, are you a Yak and Yeti fan?
I've only had it once, and I had a pretty good Wagyu beef burger there, but I haven't done the quick service. Are you?
I am. The chicken fried rice. Well, so they have chicken fried rice here. They have a small one, and then they have a large one.
Okay.
The small one you can't order.
Oh.
Because it's just for people on the dining plan, even though they had it up there. But the chicken fried rice is massive. And this is the home of my favorite dessert in all of Walt Disney World. It's deep fried wontons with pineapple and a drizzle, like a vanilla drizzle. Oh my God, so good. And you can just go up to the bar in there and sit down and get it.
That I'm on the list for the next time I'm at Disney World. That sounds
Absolutely.
so good.
I will come and join you for that.
Please. Let's get 3 orders.
So we are going to wrap up here. This is the location of the special Wilderness Explorer badge. Can we see the special badge?
Sure. So it's going to be our nature badge.
There we go. I'll come back for one of those. Thank you, Cassie. Yep. So that's the badge you get that is only here for Cool Kid Summer. Or if you're familiar with the Wilderness Explorer, it's also here for Earth Day and sometimes here for Earth Month. So that is only available for this summer as of right now. That's if you are a completist and you need that badge, start booking your trip now and get over here.
How many badges in total are there? Do you know?
I do not.
Okay.
I keep saying I need to actually do the Wilderness Explorer, but it is a pretty large scavenger hunt. I know most of the answers, but that's one of those things of one day we'll do a laughing place on location of the Wilderness Explorer badge hunt. But
what are the quests like? I've never done it. Like, do you know?
So each page has their own thing you need to find, and you get a badge for each of those. Some of them are about the animals. Some are, if you're on the safari, the question is, what is the name of the Jeep you were in? And Simba 1. That's why they always repeat Simba 1 at the end of the attraction.
That's so nice.
Yeah, it's a great thing for kids because you have to remember Animal Kingdom isn't as great as it is for animals, not the most kid-friendly of parks. But that is a great way for people to explore and see everything here at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Absolutely. No, it sounds like if you remember the virtual Magic Kingdom quests they used to do in the mid-2000s.
Very much like that.
Yeah. Well,
but yeah, let's wrap this thing up. I'm going to melt a little bit.
Sounds good, Jeremiah. Let's get you into the AC. Well, thank you everybody so much for hanging out with us. We hope you enjoyed seeing all of the amazing things that are offered during Cool Kids Summer over at Animal Kingdom. Not only at Animal Kingdom, Cool Kids Summer is happening at all 4 Walt Disney World parks. So there's a lot of amazing things to check out during this summer. We have articles about all of those things, videos on our website. So if you go over to laughingplace.com, you can check out some more of those offerings. But other than that, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, you, Maxon. We'll see you all soon.
Sounds great.